Okay, things are going a little better over uh, in DC. I see the last war there um, shows us as a um, 7 on that for clan perks. I thought we'd upgrade here to 8, but who knows? Yeah, we did upgrade. Oh, yeah, we upgraded to 8 after winning this war. Duh, that's the trick. So uh, here we are, 46-41 win. Uh, so we went with a TH6, TH9 to TH11 war, which actually got us balance at the 11 level. So we had 2 11s, they had 2 11s. We had 3 Inferno cities. They probably had a little more than us, but we've actually gotten pretty good at 2-starring just regular Inferno cities, and that's what the case was here. So Zane hit number 1 early and bounced off, and as you will see, this video basically, if you put the eagle to where it can't be picked off somewhere near the center of the base. These 11s with the 3x damage on the golems are just about impregnable. To me, there's a very colorful term used by the Marine Corps that starts with cluster and ends with something else. And right now, attacking 11s is a cluster due to with ground is a problem. So Mark tried it with Giants, tried it with Valks, tried it with P.E.K.K.A. Heavy. We've been experimenting on it, but I think Supercell overdosed on the upgrade to the Eagle Warrior this week, or the Eagle Artillery. Sorry, Christ, Eagle Warrior. Oh my gosh, that was Age of Empires had the Eagle Warrior, Age of Kings. So yeah, I think they've gone over the top here on the 11s, and that's what's kind of screwed the pooch for us this week in terms of being able to war. Because if we have a really big 10 that draws an 11, we're pretty much toast. So here's Denny, similar issue. He's running golems, and as you'll see, in his case, he was able to 1, but we actually took 3 shots at City 1 and 2 with our 11s and came out with a total of 1 star. Normally, that's not going to answer the mail, but it did here because we actually did fine down lower. So Zane, so he took out one of the 10s here and opens it up with a nice quad quake, pops himself a hole through. He's actually attacking it from the single target Inferno side. This base really was set up quite well for the quad quake attack, and there he is dinging it with his warden. Did a nice job there. Here's some complete unknown. I think we just picked up this famous in battle as a random, but turns out knows how to run dragons. So clean both sides and then right up the middle. So I think we've taken 2 or 3 shots at this city ground, but pretty easy, straightforward target. Most of the crossbows were in ground mode here, so you see that went fine. And here, Ilkar running ground, and so ground still works versus TH10s. Coming in with a corner attack, got the rage going. There's a hound there, which are really a little more than a nuisance anymore. on most of these tens. I kind of like the approach of just flattening the city and not trying to do a lure and kill on the hound. So Ilkar took care of that fine. And then here's Chris, another one of our really big, massively upgraded tens. They took a couple shots at him and 0-starred him. So he does go with the lure and kill on the hounds mostly. And pops in from the side there. Wizards, a bit of a jump to get everything across. This city's designed to fracture, but the guy who put it together actually put that little wall in there that you see at about 230, and that helped guide his attack. That's absolutely the worst design feature of this, is that little half wall to the second, because that really guided his attack in, and Chris did a really nice job taking advantage of that. And then Ike came in here on City 7, so double, single Infernos. This is another one we could have clobbered with air. We used to not run air at single target Infernos, but actually if it's level 1, you pretty much have your way with them. But here, Ike came in, jumped into the center, and you can see it was in very good shape here. Still had freeze left. You could have used that to perhaps get a little more damage on this. But yeah, relatively straightforward city. And then here's Justice. So we're getting into the 9s. And nice quad quake here. I screwed up my attack on the 9s here. I'll go over that one in a bit. A couple guys had less than brilliant wars here on the ground. Matt was one of them, usually one of our stalwart hitters. And he just, I said, everybody gets their turn in the bad war. And this was Matt's turn, so I think he 1-starred both his attacks this war. And they had some, kind of freakish little designs here that mess things up. But here's Kyle. And he's actually flipped from his usual Jai-Hi-Ho to a Golem hog attack. Similar idea. I'm actually liking the Golem hog combo a little bit better, and I think a lot of our 9.1s are picking that up. The Jai-Hi-Ho is just really very volatile, and I think the Go Hog version gives you a much better shot at 2 stars. And as you can see here, you picked up the 3. The extra time, of course, being very helpful when you're trying to mop up with a queen and a couple of archers, but had the time to do it. And here's Oddball. So this one only went 2, but as Oddball is our number 20 player. So this war was a not TH 9, 10, and 11 war. We dropped out the low THs because we found that when we mix in the low THs and do the engineering, there's a higher likelihood, as you saw in that DCA war, that we're just going to get hammered high with the TH11s. So the old engineering's not really working. And Ayaki here, as Oddball, had a very nice run. He got all the air defenses and was really close. He had, I'm not sure he could have got a whole lot more out of this. Maybe push it up to possibly 95% if he had a couple minions there instead of that wizard. But, that's splitting hairs. But he had a nice run there. He got 2. And then Harpole cleared this one. And yeah, he's he's running an attack. I'm aware of that. I don't know what this is. Uh, this is really a cross between about three different attacks. But, in the end, it works. So uh, there's just more syllables than I'm willing to spit out here. So he's kind of got the essence of a Jai-Hi-Ho, but he's only got one healer, and instead of giants, he has a golem. Threw in a couple of wizards, got a couple of witches, so it's kind of a go wee wee pee. But he's got hogs and two golems. So this was, I'm going to call this one Go Hogs with a wee wee back. We'll just leave it at that. Yeah, in the end, it worked. And here's one Kyle only got two. Here's one I screwed up. I always like to show you the ones I screw up because, well, here you. I looked at attacking this city literally from every point. I probably would have done better. I was looking really at coming in at about 7 to 8 o'clock. I really think that was the best. But this thing was at 1 star. Matt hit it with Callie. With a Jai-Hi-Ho, only got one. I saw all the trouble outside here, and I wasn't sure I'd be able to get back, so I wanted the golems to go in there and set off all the giant bombs, which they do. But I wasn't really getting enough traction coming in there at 3, 4 o'clock. So the attack fractured. That was pretty clear to me this was going nowhere. So I might have had a little better luck coming in. Like I said, coming in right where you saw that Pekka get wiped. I do somehow manage to cobble out about 80% here. But this was kind of a messy base, and did not do the best job ever with it. There's, let's see, here's Ash. So very symmetrical base here. And nice base for the kind of the standard Jai-Hi-Ho. So trips the CC, still has a loon sitting out there. Just not quite enough poison, or just missed the poison. And then there she goes. She tends to pick one wall, send the hogs. There's a ton of ground skeletons there, but still had enough of her kill squad left that took care of all the skeletons, and that was it. So anyway, you look at the war map, and you can see we hung on here, even though we only got 2 stars on their 11. Excuse me, only 1 star on their 11, and they got 2 on ours. Chris defending was helpful. And then down at the 9 level, TJ and Mrs. T really are 9s. They're mixed in with the 9s. Blade held up, Castle held up. So we won this one, basically, outplaying the 9 level. And this did get us to Clan Perk 8. So good war, good times. And after this, after this, where we did TH9 to TH11, we then flipped to a no Inferno war. So I dropped out all the big 10s and the 11s, and just had a couple of 9.1s in here. And we got completely outmatched. So it seems like clan engineering just keeps blowing up in our face the way we had been doing it in the past. And we're reevaluating that now to try to come up with a way to get reasonable wars and not get these blowouts. So it was 2 of these really unbalanced wars in a row. I understand math, I understand outliers. It could just be a fluke that this occurred, but looking at ideas to try to stabilize the wars and get them into a position where it's decided by skill and not the look of the draw on prep day. Anyway, that's the plan. Cheers.